back in junior high, back in high school, I hated women as well. I was a skinny gamer, I was a nerd, and in a school that glorified football, I knew a little too much about computers. And I'm noticing that my female classmates tend to gravitate more towards the popular football players, basketball players, the confident guys, the guys who they hit puberty a little better than me, so they got a little more muscle going on, and the malice grew. Because surely it's not something wrong with me, it's something wrong with that entire gender. They are just shallow. They are hoes. But my perspective began to shift once I got into the gym and got this new surface level confidence because I was finally working on myself, and it was the first masculine act I've ever done in my life, really. But even then, I had my qualms. You see, I was always good at pattern recognition with people. And I think this is the entry level to hating women. You just start to notice all the double standards in the world. Why do they seemingly get all this special treatment by default, whereas I feel like I have to earn every crumb of it? And you just start to notice the differences, and instead of understanding that's just inherently how the world works and embracing the differences and seeing the beauty in both sides, we resent it. It's not fair, I got a penis. And then you pair this with the lack of attention and sexual validation from the girls, and it just makes it way worse. I think this is kind of the entry level to a lot of these surface level red pill takes. I did all the right things, and they don't fuck me. But if you spend enough time in the real world, these illusions kind of dispel themselves, especially when you meet a lot of good girls and realize, oh, there's a lot of nice ladies out there. At least that was the case before the internet. It's kind of like if you were to go on Twitter a few years ago, you would think, everyone's a far left extremist. Yet if you were to go onto Twitter now, you would think, everyone's a far right extremist. You know, guys will watch Fresh and Fit, and instead of seeing it as entertainment and understand the certain demographics of women they bring on, they think, all women are like these Miami bitches? They don't need no man because they make 100K on OnlyFans? We have this endless flow of videos like the street interviews where they interview women and they just say the most degenerate, low intellect things. Or maybe they find this couple they've been together 10 years and like swap phones, and the guy's like, oh, why are you texting Antonio from work? And then you have all these TikToks and shorts of women being like, all men are trash, we don't need men. I mean, even The View had a segment about how they hate men, but granted, those bitches are retarded. So it makes perfect sense for a man whose perspective has been built by this content to think, well, they hate me, then I hate them. But we can't forget about the most glaring issue that drastically warped my perspective and is warping the perspective of the majority of men on the planet: pornography, where you're literally programming your brain with endless hours of women degrading themselves, being overly promiscuous, having multiple partners. And nowadays it's like every female Twitch streamer or e-girl also happens to sell their body.